and welcome back to another video. Now, I might be too echoey in here actually, I've just realised. We'll see how we get on and I'll listen back to the audio and see how this is afterwards. My original plan to film this long Q&A and just split into 3 parts, film it all in one go, didn't go to plan because my camera actually died after I'd filmed like the first part, and then ended up going out yesterday, having a big day out. So here we are a couple of days later filming what is now part 2. But I want to hop on and literally give a moment for this sweatshirt that I've bought. I have found the most incredible shop for everything camp inspired. I don't know what it is. I didn't realise as well it's Cotton On. It's like the Cotton On own brand, like different brand. It's called Factory, and I know it's going to be my new favourite place. I bought this sweatshirt. Let me try and show you. It is this massive oversized sweatshirt. They have every kind of like college varsity sweatshirt, hoodies, baseball jerseys, basketball shorts. So I'm gonna do a little haul. I'm gonna go and have a little shop around, and I wanna start doing what I bought for camp videos, because these videos were so popular, like my little shopping hauls, and I started making these like this time last year because I was prepping, so nothing's really different in the fact I'm over in Australia. I need to still keep buying things for camp already. So I'm gonna take you into this shop because it is honestly the best thing. So if you're out in Australia, you'll be able to get your hands on some of this stuff. You can obviously get similar things to this back home. But this is like an actual NBA jumper, and it was $30, so like 16, 17 pounds, shall we say? And I'm not gonna, when I say I'm gonna live in this jumper, I'm gonna live in it. So yeah, stay tuned. Actually, let me know down below if you do wanna start seeing the Camp America shopping videos, because they are some of my favorite videos to film, and I know you guys absolutely love them. So I'm gonna get on that, I think. So let me know if you wanna see those. But yeah, this is just gonna be part 2 of my camp Q&A. I've got my laptop here, so I'm just gonna read through some of the questions, and I'm only gonna film part 2 now because I'm currently about to leave for work in about 15 minutes. So nothing crazy, and then I'll film the part 3 eventually at some point when I get a chance. So me saying this was gonna be all the same kind of like footage in 3 videos was a lie, which I kind of think I prefer, because it's like different videos then instead of just one video but split into 3. But thank you for watching, guys, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, one of the biggest questions, like the most asked question that I've had recently over the past few weeks, is about what bags to take, whether you should take a suitcase, whether you should take a rucksack. What should you take? Now, this is completely personal preference. I have always taken a suitcase to camp, like a big suitcase as my checked luggage, and then normally taken like a duffel bag or a rucksack as my hand luggage. Now, again, this depends on kind of what traveling you're going to do after camp. For me, when I get to camp, I unpack my stuff and I don't see my bags for 2 months. Like, they go into storage and they're put away, so I don't need to worry about them. When traveling, like, I found a suitcase was fine. I feel like if I was backpacking, I've said this in a video before, if I was backpacking around Asia, I would maybe take a rucksack, but it was just like normal holiday, and like we'd go to airports, we'd go to hotels, like normal things. Suitcases were absolutely fine. We weren't getting on really like many buses or coaches anywhere, so I found that it was absolutely fine to take a suitcase. But again, it's completely up to you. If you want to take a big rucksack, people definitely did. Completely up to you. Now, I found what was handy, and what a few of my friends did that we travelled with, they actually only paid for hand luggage when they were travelling, and they left their suitcase either at camp or in New York with a friend, and then just picked it up on the way back, and that saved them a lot of money on obviously not having to pay for a checked bag every time we were flying somewhere. So have a little think about that. It will depend. The traveling is more you need to worry about, because like I say, for me at camp, when you get to camp, you don't use your bag, like your bag's put away and you don't see it. So it's going to depend on all that. So have a little think, but either is absolutely fine. Okay, next question is, how long does the visa interview take? And I will leave a link down below my visa video that you can have a little look through. This was when I went to the US Embassy in London last, I think it was about March or April, I think. Now, it will be a bit different this time. I am going to vlog when I go and get my visa sorted this time around, because I'll have to go to the embassy in Sydney, and I'm intrigued to see how different it is and how it all is. I'm assuming it's going to be the exact same process. All the visa applications online are the exact same, but whether the actual process itself is different, it will be interesting. But the interview itself is probably 3 minutes long, like if that. Like, you're at a desk for a few minutes, you get all your paperwork looked at, you have your fingerprints done, and then you're kind of done. But yeah, if you watch that video, I kind of vlogged my whole trip going, and then sat down outside the embassy and explained how it all went, just because it kind of eased a lot of people's minds, because it is quite a, like, I get stressed every time going to the embassy, so I know it's a completely normal feeling. But yeah, so the build up to actually going in can be quite long. Like, if you go on at a certain day or a certain time and it's really busy, I've been in there for 3 hours before, and the interview itself is, like I say, just a few minutes long. But you'll go into the embassy, you'll have all your paperwork checked a good few times, like 3 or 4 times they'll check over your paperwork, and then you'll go up to the main like visa floor, and you'll have put a number stuck on your visa papers, and that's just your number, and you'll get called to the front when you're ready to go. And you'll go to one person first, like I say, they'll have a look through your documents. do your fingerprints, take a photo of you, and then you'll go and sit back down. And then the actual appointment where you actually go and speak to someone from America, you'll get called up again, you'll take all those documents, you'll just hand them over, they'll ask you a couple of questions. I think I got asked, what camp am I working at, where in America is it, what am I going to be doing, and do I intend to come back home? And I was like, yeah, I've got a visa booked to, like, I've got a visa sorted going to Australia. I'm literally going there like a few weeks after I get back. And that was it, you're good to go. They stamp your papers, they keep all of your things, all your documents, and then you're good to go. But yeah, it's not stressful at all. Like I say, I'm hoping, I'm way ahead of the game this year round. I've done my police check, I'm waiting for my, well, I'm in the middle of applying for my police check, so my visa papers I'm hoping to have before Christmas, so I can book in January to go and have my appointment now, and then I can just be ready to go. And then vlogging it will be quite helpful, because obviously you guys will start going to your appointments between like January and maybe like April time. So yeah, really smooth, really straightforward, nothing to worry about at all. Okay, next question again is one that I've had quite a few people just message me and ask, and it was, why did you choose Tyler Hill? And again, if you're new to these videos, I went to a camp in 2018, and I went to a camp called Tyler Hill. It was in Pennsylvania, and I have gone back every year I can since, and it is genuinely my summer home. And a lot of people were messaging me asking, oh, like, I've had camps reach out to me, I don't know if they're the camp for me, like, how did you decide that Tyler Hill was right for you? And my scenario is quite different in terms of how I actually found Tyler Hill. So I had a family friend that actually went there the year before, so she went in 2017, and I knew I wanted to do Camp America, but I had not researched into any camps. I had no idea what I was doing, and I went and saw her, and she showed me all these photos and videos from Tyler Hill, and I was like, oh my god, like, I want to go to this camp, like, this is the one for me. And I literally emailed direct online, said that I knew my family friend, had an interview with my camp director a few weeks later, and I was actually offered the job on the spot. Now, I didn't look into any other camps, I didn't research, I didn't have any of the interviews, and that's quite out of the ordinary. Like, most people will interview and like look around and research a few different camps. I just kind of like, it was one of those, when you know, and it's worked out incredibly well. And like I say, it is honestly my summer home, and I couldn't think of going anywhere else and spending my summers. But if you have a feeling in the back of your mind, like a gut feeling that's like, I'm not too sure, I'm not 100% if this is for me, it's probably not. Like, you will know when it's the right camp, and you'll have had a great interview with your camp directors, you'll get a good vibe from just like speaking to people that have been, from the website, from everything that they kind of like that camp stands for. You will know. So if you've got that little thought in the back of your mind, it's probably not the camp for you, and it's okay to turn camps down. People are worried, like I've had a lot of people again message me saying, oh, like, I've had loads of camps approach me and I'm just not sure it's for me, like, I don't want to turn them all down, like, I don't know what to do. And like, this is your summer at the end of the day. Don't go somewhere that you don't know you're going to absolutely 100% love, and you will know. The right camp is out there for everyone, and you will know when it's the right one. But yeah, that's how I ended up finding Tyler Hill, and best thing that ever happened to me, honestly. Okay, next question is best piece of advice you have. And honestly, I've spoke about this in advice videos. I'm going to start doing my tips and tricks videos and advice for camp as well. And my biggest piece of advice has always been, and will always be, put yourself out there, and don't be scared to be crazy and be funny, and just have a good time. Get yourself involved, because the more fun you're having, the more fun other campers around you will have, the more fun your campers will have, and you'll just enjoy it so much more. Try and reach out to people, try and like speak to people who go to your camp, or speak to people that have been before. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, again, this all stems from putting yourself out there and just being like, you know what, I need to know the answer to this question. I want you to be my friend. I want to know what you did at camp last year. And that's just the beauty of it. And everyone is so welcoming and so open that you won't ever like be like made to feel silly for asking any questions or anything like that. Everyone is so approachable and so open to anything. So ask away, put yourself out there, and have the summer of your life. Honestly guys, this video is making me so excited to go back to camp. I feel like it's all just hit me out of nowhere. Like 7 months. 7 months, is that right? My god. Okay, next question is, what usually happens the first day that staff arrive? And again, this will vary camp to camp, but at Tyler Hill we have kind of like a few days where counsellors can start to arrive. If you're working in like certain areas, you'll come a bit earlier for training, like waterfront and outdoor adventure. They come a little bit early, they have some training, and then staff like general counsellors and all of the specialists can arrive over about 3 days, I think it is. And I was there for the whole period of like all the staff arriving this year. I was part of the like welcome committee, and it was so nice to welcome everyone in and see everyone come off the buses and just help everyone kind of get a little bit more settled, and it was so nice. But the first proper day that say all staff are there, which is I think what this person's getting at, is pretty chill. Like, we don't do crazy, like say like I think it was around the 15th, say every staff had to be there by the 15th, and they could get in as late as maybe like 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we would normally just, you'd be able to chill out on that evening, because people have travelled from all over the world. They don't want to kind of like throw loads of things at you. make you stay up really late doing an evening activity and it like absolutely crash you for the next few days. So we'd normally just have a little chill, have a hangout, have dinner, do some announcements, and more than likely everything will start the following day. So say that following day, orientation I think starts pretty soon. I think it was the 16th that orientation starts, and if you've heard me speak about orientation, again, you'll know that I absolutely love this week of camp. It's one of my favorite weeks, and it's just a lot of like get to know you activities, really fun games. It's camp for the counsellors, so the first day that all the staff are there, you are kind of thrown in, and that's what I love about it, because it means that the people that are feeling either homesick or they're not 100% sure that going to camp is the right thing to do, they're kind of like not given the time or chance to like really focus on home, which I think is brilliant because it takes your mind off everything. You literally get straight into all the activities and getting settled and meeting new people, making friends, and yeah, it's just a lot of fun. Again, it's just crazy, like some of the activities we do. I might do a specific orientation video. I really wish I'd vlogged more of orientation, but I was just having so much fun. I just couldn't, I really just couldn't. So I might do like a whole orientation video because I do have lots of questions about orientation specific. So yeah, normally you just go thrown straight in, loads of activities, loads of games, lots of fun things to do, just to help ease the whole process and get you settled as soon as possible. Okay, next question is, what bathing suits did you take? Now, if you watch my back-in video, you'll know that I'm absolutely crazy for bathing suits. Swimwear, bikinis, my absolute life, I love them. I took a lot, don't get me wrong. When you're at camp, we can only wear one pieces, so you have to have an actual swimming costume. So I maybe took 3 or 4 swimming costumes, just like basic, black, white. I had like a few cool funky coloured ones, but nothing crazy. And then bikinis, I took a lot of bikinis. Maybe I had like 10 or 11 bikinis that I wore on like days off when we were travelling. But make sure you've got a mixture of both, because like I say, some camps do let you wear bikinis. My camp we can't. When we're on camp, we have to wear full like one pieces. Same for the kids as well, like we all have to have like one pieces on, but then you will want to have lots of bikinis and some other swimwear for time off and traveling. Okay, next question is, how do you get to camp from the airport? And again, this will vary camp to camp, but normally your camp will try and get you over to camp. My first year, I've spoke about this before, that I actually had to get the bus to camp. I don't think they ran buses from the airport, or they did and I just couldn't go on the day that they were running them. I can't remember, but it was really straightforward. They sent me all the details, all the information on how to get there from New York City, and it was actually really smooth. I got on a bus all the way there, and then camp picked me up from this little town just outside of camp and drove me straight back. But I think from now on they're trying to keep this in. We are actually like offering transport from Newark Airport over to camp, which is quite nice. Obviously it means you have to fly into Newark. We don't do it from JFK or any kind of other airports, and there's normally like 2 or 3 time slots where buses will go, let's say one in the morning, one at just like lunchtime, and then one later in the evening, and you can just book on and decide obviously whichever one matches up best with your flight. And it's normally over 2 or 3 days, I think, just because it's just really handy that obviously everyone can then get on a bus. You're all going to the same camp. Obviously this was done originally to try and minimise COVID risks, because we didn't, like camp didn't want loads of people just going into the city and mixing with loads of people kind of unnecessarily. So they offered these buses and it was really good. So, and like I say, I think it's going to stick around now because it just worked really well. But yeah, just reach out to your camp, ask them how they work it. Some camps again will provide transport, some will just give you all the information and instructions on how to get there yourself, and it is normally very straightforward. There's like New York, their coach station, Port Authority is huge, like buses go all over, so it's definitely doable. It's not as stressful as I found it when I went. Thank God I had my mum there with me, because I don't think I'd have been able to cope. But yeah, okay, last question I'm going to talk about, again, is one that I've had quite a lot, and this is quite funny that a lot of people are interested in how this works. And someone's asked, if you wanted to wake up early, would set an alarm wake up the campers? And again, it's going to kind of depend. Like if you're wanting to get up early and go for a run, or go and do some yoga, go to the gym, go and call home, like you're entitled for an alarm to go off. And campers and counsellors are more than likely to go back to sleep. And for me, like if an alarm goes off, I literally wake up straight away and turn it off. Like it doesn't take me a while to get up and out of bed. I actually found what was really good, handy to have is when I had my Apple Watch on, I would just set an alarm on my watch, and I turned like the sounds off, and it just like vibrated on my wrist, so it woke me up without actually making any noise. Or even if you sleep with headphones in, I think your alarm goes off through your headphones, it doesn't play out loud, I'm pretty sure. But you're allowed to, like if people wake up, that's absolutely fine. 9 times out of 10 they're going to go back to sleep anyway, but you can definitely wake up early and use an alarm to do so, and then get up and do your bits in the morning. Okay, so that's all I'm going to talk about in this part of the video. I don't actually have as many questions as I thought left for part 3, so I might wait a few days, try and get some more questions together, and then put the part 3 together, just so it's got more in it than just 4 or 5 questions. But yeah, I'm not gonna do a long outro. I still can't get over this jumper, guys. I'm actually obsessed. It's the coziest thing in the whole entire world. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. Leave any video ideas down below. Anything you want to see camp related, Australia related, travel related, anything at all. Like I say, I'm back on the bandwagon with making all these videos, and it's so nice to be back and sit down and filming and editing. I've missed it so much. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.